In this episode of Pop Culture Weekly, I am live on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol for the National Memorial Day concert. We've got Noah Wyle, Mickey, Guyton, Andy Grammer, and more. Let's go.
Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeartRadio. Your pop culture news, views, reviews, and celebrity interviews on all the movies, TV, music, and pop culture you crave weekly. Here's Kyle McMahon.
Hello and welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I, of course, am Kyle McMahon, and we're coming to you live from the west lawn of the United States Capitol for the annual National Memorial Day concert. And, you know, Pop Culture Weekly is the show where we normally talk about movies, music, and TV. Today, we're doing that, but we're also trying not to openly sob in front of the United States Capitol building. What up, my fellow pop culture degenerates? This is one of my favorite episodes every single year. I am at the Washington, D.C. That makes sense. I am in Washington, D.C. for the annual National Memorial Day concert on PBS, live from the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol during rehearsals for this year's broadcast. And, you know, honestly, there's just something incredibly powerful about being here. We've got the Capitol behind us, military and their families everywhere, and their loved ones, artists rehearsing these emotional performances, and this just a collective feeling of gratitude that kind of hangs in the air all day long. I feel like Memorial Day, the actual meaning of Memorial Day, can sometimes get lost between cookouts and mattress sales and arguing with strangers online about whether pineapple belongs in a pizza. It absolutely does, by the way. But this concert always brings the focus back to what the day is truly about. And that is honoring the brave men and women who gave their lives in service to this country, and to the families and loved ones who continue carrying that weight every single day. This year's lineup is incredible, and I had the chance to speak with some amazing talent taking part in the concert, including Noah Wyle, Melissa Leo, Mary McCormack, Blessing Offor, Andy Grammer, Laura Osnes, and Mickey Guyton. We talk about the emotional impact of the event, the stories behind the performances, and why this concert continues to matter year after year. This is like my 10th year or something of doing this. Maybe we'll have to look, but I've been doing this for quite a while, and it's just an amazing event that I look forward to every year. While you're here, make sure you're subscribed to Pop Culture Weekly wherever you get your podcasts. Join the newsletter for weekly deep dives, picks, and exclusives. And, of course, follow me everywhere at Real Kyle McMahon, because we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. All right, we ready? Let's jump into it. First up is Laura Osnes. Lauren's voice is just breathtaking. You've seen her all over Broadway. She's an incredible talent, and I'm honored to speak with her. Here she is, Laura Osnes.
All right, so I'm here on the west lawn of the United States Capitol. You are performing My Country 'Tis a Beat. What does that moment mean for you? What does that song mean for you, for performing for, you know, Memorial Day at the Capitol?
It is truly such an honor, and I'm surrounded by 12, I think, service members who are wearing uniforms over the years. And it's such a poignant, beautiful moment, celebrating our freedom and those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. And I don't think very many people know the additional verses of that song specifically. So getting to share those, I think, I hope people really listen to the lyrics and take them to heart.
Do you, as a performer, when you are, it is super distracting.
I know. That's okay, we did good the first question. Good. Recollect.
As a performer, you know, when you're performing that, do you feel the weight of those words and the moment that you're in, or are you able to kind of separate or go into your own, like, how does that process
It's a
work?
great question. For me personally, I'd actually have to check myself because it's a very kind of somber day, but we're also celebrating the reward of that sacrifice is our freedom. And I find myself wanting to smile in moments of my song, and I think that's also warranted. I think it's a grateful smile and in gratitude that I think is balanced with the remembrance of the sacrifice that has been made. You know what I mean? So it's the best of both worlds. And as the actor, obviously, I want to ring true to the lyrics that I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they ring true and that people feel that same thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then what can we expect next from you? You've been all over. You've been on the stage. Where are you going next?
Well, thanks for asking.
course.
I get to come back here for 4th of July.
Awesome.
That hasn't really been announced yet, so hey.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a secret per se. So I'm very thrilled to get to be part of that. And let's see, I just finished filming a Christmas movie.
Oh, cool.
It's called Silver Bells at Christmas, and it will air on Great American Family this coming winter season.
Awesome.
So that's probably the next big thing.
Awesome. So we'll see you. We'll be back here for 4th of July,
Can't
and then we'll see you in the what, like November-ish?
Yeah, I probably, yes, either October, November, maybe early December leading into the Christmas season.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so
You
much.
bet. Thank you.
Laura Osnes. Thank you to Lauren. Awesome person, awesome talent, and she really does an incredible job for the show, and I can't wait for you to see, and hear her. All right. Next up is the incredibly talented Blessing Offor. Blessing's voice is absolutely unreal. You may have seen him on The Voice, which makes sense. His music carries so much soul, hope, and humanity, and we talk all about that. All right, here he is, Blessing Offor.
All right. We are here on the West Lawn of the U.S. Capitol. Your performance was absolutely amazing. Of course, too kind. What does it mean for you when you're performing a song like that in the context of this show?
Obviously, Memorial Day is to honor the families that have endured the ultimate sacrifice. And if I can bring any hope, any joy, any kind of optimism to the situation, it's the least I could.
I love that. Yes. Do you feel any weight as a performer, like in this context, or are you able to kind of separate it and do your thing? How does that work?
I don't know if you can separate it. Honestly, the weight, every time I celebrate, whether it's 250 or any other Memorial Day, Independence Day, as an immigrant, I go, I'm so happy to be here. So I think just for me personally, the added level is that I get to do this. I came to the States when I was 6. And so this is particularly meaningful for me. Yeah, for sure.
And what can we expect from you next?
Oh, man.
You got an album up last year. What's
Record last
next
year
for you?
Singles coming up, remixes coming up, new music coming up. You guys, it'll be fun. Grace is over there. She's going to yell at me. I can't say too much, but
Okay.
it's going to be fun stuff.
All right. At some point in the near future.
Very near future.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I
very
really
much, brother.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Hold tight. Hold tight.
Blessing Offor. Thanks to Blessing for speaking with me. Next up, once again, coming back to the show, is the amazing Andy Grammer. I love him. He always has this infectious positivity and heart to everything he does. But there's also this sincerity to him that is just so powerful, and it really fits the spirit of the National Memorial Day concert perfectly. Here he is, Andy Grammer.
All right, I am here once again with Andy Grammer.
What's going on, man?
How are you? So last time we talked, it was here for Capitol 4th.
Yeah.
You were performing Don't Give Up on Me. The Capitol 4th is more of a party, like celebration.
I think we did Joy that time too. Maybe we did both of them.
Yeah. And well, I was going to ask you, like, what, now you're doing it in a different, kind of setting.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more somber. How does the song that you've done?
I think this song is a little bit somber in like an uplifting, somber way.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely, you write a song, you put it out in the world, and then it gets used in all these different contexts. And to have it be used to cheer on our military is really, really special to me.
I love that. And from the reason I specifically remember that you did this for Capital Fourth, because you and I had talked. I had just lost my mom when you did when you performed here last time, and you and I were talking about how I believe it was your aunt or your mom's best friend or something that you had brought here, or she was watching, or you told her she was you were gonna be doing this song.
Certainly.
And so now that I got to talk to you before you did that, what did that moment mean for you?
Really sweet. Yeah, my mom's best friend Lee is my godmother, and I kind of like let her know whenever I'm doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, auntie, I'll make her watch this tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. And how does that feel with you? It's got to have some extra weight for you when somebody you love so much is like,
Of course.
cheering you on.
She tunes in, man. I love her to death. It means a lot. Yeah.
And for for Memorial Day, what would you be doing if you weren't performing here? How does that
We
usually
would probably,
work
honestly, I play a lot of things like this every morning.
Okay.
But yeah, I think last year we were at playing for the military somewhere in the world. Last year over the last 2 years, we played for the military in Japan, Italy, Germany, and then like a bunch of spots all around Texas.
Wow.
And we go around a lot. So generally on Memorial Day, I'm either with my family by the pool or at something like this playing.
I love that. And what can we expect next from you?
Got an album coming.
Yeah, when any day yet?
New singles are coming soon. So stay on the lookout.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Thank you,
my
brother.
friend.
Andy Grammer. Love him. And his performance of Don't Give Up on Me is chilling. It's just, in the context of the show, it is just chilling. There's nothing like the energy backstage at National Memorial Day concert. It is emotional, it is reflective, grateful, and, of course, chaotic. It's a live show. Like 1 minute, someone's discussing sacrifice and remembrance, and the next minute, I'm asking if there's iced coffee in catering. Live show. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'm joined by Mickey Guyton, Mary McCormack, Academy Award-winning Best Actress Melissa Leo, and hot off of the Pitt, Noah Wyle, all from the National Memorial Day concert in Washington, D.C. We're going to pay the bills and be back in 60. See you then. All right, welcome back to Pop Culture Weekly. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. We're backstage at the annual National Memorial Day concert on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. And the show airs live May 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern on PBS, on PBS's YouTube, on the National Memorial Day concert website, and the Armed Forces Network. Next up is Mary McCormack. She returns once again to our show, to Pop Culture Weekly, and to National Memorial Day concert. From The West Wing to Murder One and beyond, Mary has been one of television's most consistently great performers for years. And her and I talk about NMDC 26 and the importance of keeping these stories alive. She's actually hosting this year. Joe Mantegna, unfortunately, fell ill, and he'll be back next year, but Mary has stepped in his place, along with, of course, Gary Sinise. So here she is, Mary McCormack.
All right. First of all, thank you for speaking with me. You're once again doing the National Memorial Day concert. Yeah. You're doing kind of double duty this year. Yeah. How, as a performer, how do you kind of go from telling, a powerful story to then kind of having to get your bearings back to then post? Is that like something that crosses your mind, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a live show, and there's, Joe Mantegna is so good at it, and I've done it this is my 9th year. And I've done a little bit of everything through the 9 years. I've hosted once or a couple of times, and told stories, dramatic readings, and some Gold Star family tributes. So I've done a little bit of everything. But I always say to Michael and Joe Colbert, who produced the show, I'll come and do anything. It doesn't have to be on camera. I just want to be here and be part of it. And the first time I did it 9 years ago, I think Joe Mantegna said to me, before I did my reading, he was like, "You'll never be the same. This will change you." And it really did. I just couldn't believe how powerful the night was and how honored I was to get to say thank you. To everybody, to all our fallen soldiers and all the Gold Star families who show up. And it just was so incredibly moving. I'm coming no matter what. So I always say that. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm really invited at this point. I just show up. I think I feel like they have to give me something to do.
And how, for you, you've done, fictional characters, you've told true stories, you've played, is there a difference for you? Do you feel more pressure when it's a real person? Are you able to kind of separate that in your, as you're doing your performance?
Yes. I mean, you're right. It's different because they're often in the audience too. And it's such an important story. So, and it's half performance, half presentation. It's an odd hybrid it's a sort of an odd acting job. Yeah. But tonight I don't have that pressure. I have a different pressure tonight because I'll be hosting. So it's, different challenges, but
Awesome. Thank you so much. As always, it's such a pleasure to talk to you.
You too, always.
Mary McCormack. She's always such a delight. Love, love, love her. All right, next up is the incredible Mickey Guyton, who returns to Pop Culture Weekly once again. Mickey is not only an amazing artist, but she's really one of the most thoughtful and authentic artists working today. We talked about the emotional responsibility of performing at the National Memorial Day concert and how music heals. Here she is, Mickey Guyton.
All right. So I am here on the West Lawn of the U.S. Capitol with Mickey Guyton. Last time we talked, you were here for 4th of July.
Yeah,
Capitol
4th. Yeah.
This is a different kind of, celebration.
Yeah.
How do you, kind of put yourself from that kind of party to a more somber where you're singing the National Anthem?
Well, me singing the National Anthem and singing God Bless America here at the National Memorial Day concert, we're honoring our heroes, the freedom to be here. And we wouldn't be here without them, without our veterans, without the people that made the sacrifices to be here. And it's a beautiful thing to it.
And do you feel like, when you're singing our nation's theme song, essentially?
There's a lot of pressure.
Okay, there is.
There's a lot of pressure. Absolutely. It's our nation's song. And, it can go wrong anyway if you don't start it on the right keys, if you forget the words. There's so many things that's what people remember. And so there's a lot of pressure. But, I'm going to be thinking of our heroes. And so I'm chill today. I'm not nervous.
Are you able to kind of, as you're performing and, live and not that, you're a pro, you've done it before, but are you able to kind of, in your mind, does that weigh on your mind, like when those cameras roll, or are you like...
There's a lot weighing on my mind. There's a lot going on in our country as a whole. And I think I'm thinking about all of this. I think as a human, I would be surprised if you're not thinking about what's going on. I just hope that we can just come together, loving each other. It's such a special day.
I love that. Finally, what can we expect from you next?
Man, well, there are some things, some really, really exciting things that I can't say, but just stay tuned.
Okay,
for this fall.
teasing us.
Stay tuned for the fall, is all I'm going to say.
All right,
That's all I'm
cool.
going to say.
Mickey, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much. You as well.
Mickey Guyton. Love, love, love her. She is always so much fun. And it's great to talk to her once again. All right, next up, Academy Award winner Melissa Leo. Melissa has the incredible ability to completely disappear into every role she plays. Completely. She is intense, she is thoughtful, and she is deeply passionate. And you can really feel how seriously she takes being a part of this event. Here she is, Melissa Leo.
Thank you for speaking with me, Melissa. I really appreciate it. So we're here for National Memorial Day concert for PBS. What does telling this powerful story? What does that mean to you?
Well, I was delighted to ask. I rarely have participated in any sort of Memorial Day event, and to be asked to do this and to read Patty's words. I thought it was a letter she wrote, but actually it's words taken from interviews with her, 7-8 hours of interviews they did with her. And I can tell the words they've chosen are so powerful that I can't wait to meet her. I'll meet her tomorrow evening after I deliver her words. So, it brings tears to my eyes to even think of the honor of sharing her strength and her vision of a United States of America.
And for you, you are Academy Award winner, you are, stage and screen and film and television and all the things. Do you find it as an actor, is there a difference between telling somebody's true story and a fictional character? Is there more pressure? Is it different for you as an actor?
It's a very good question. It is quite different. And I know that because I got my Academy Award playing a woman I had met. I met Alice Ward, and I wasn't sure I could play her. David O. Russell wanted me to play her. I thought I was a little young. I met her. I recognized in her something that felt like my mother's mother. A different socioeconomic reality, but next. In many ways, I have to stop when the sound stops because it might be my one take.
Right.
Independent film. In that sense of it's wonderful for the performance because you want something that's going to give you that, performance boost. And not only will all the audience appearing give you that boost, but to know that Patty will be sitting, not 20 feet from me as I say her words. Yes, the imperative to do her words justice, to pronounce the names of her friends and colleagues properly becomes heightened. And that's exciting for an actor. The more important it is, the more interesting it is.
Yeah, I love that. And finally, you have a new film out right now this weekend. What is that? It's got to be exciting, I would assume. But you tell me, you have this new film out right now in theaters, which I can't wait to see. Normally, I'll go to screeners and see them and all. And this last couple of weeks, I've been so busy getting ready for this that I'm so I'm probably going to be seeing it tomorrow night, or I'm sorry, Monday night. But what does that feel like when it's release weekend? Or are you already on to the next project, or do you feel any of that, or do you try to keep it out of your mind? How is
for me, the most interesting part of the work is when we are in production shooting it. And beyond that, I have little to do with the product, right? They didn't even need me for publicity with the opening of Passenger. But Andre Overdahl, who wrote and directed this story, co-wrote and directed us, is one of the most marvelous directors I've ever worked with. He's just a brilliant genius out of Norway, and the film is full of your expected sort of horror film things. I have a marvelous, incident at the end of the film, and it also has some remarkable filmmaking choices that Andre made that make it worth seeing, not only for horror fans, but for any film fans. This becomes an incredibly interesting, important film, Passenger, opening this weekend.
I can't wait to see it. The trailer, is terrifying. The trailer is so good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Melissa Leo. She is so amazing. And just wait until you see her powerful performance on National Memorial Day Concert 26. As with everything Melissa does, it is breathtaking. All right, finally, Noah Wyle. Of course, you know Noah from everything from ER to the Pitt and countless other incredible performances over the years. He is one of those actors that just immediately brings humanity and empathy to every role he touches, which makes him a perfect fit for an event like this. We talked backstage during rehearsals about storytelling, honoring veterans, and what it means to be part of something as important as the National Memorial Day concert. Here he is, Noah Wyle.
All right, so I'm here on the West Lawn of the United States Capitol with Noah Wyle. You are telling a powerful story here for the National Memorial Day concert. What does a moment like that mean to you when you are, telling a real life story about an American hero in front of, the Capitol?
First of all, it's just an honor to be invited to this event, and just to stand here on this lawn, be where we are, feels like a rare privilege in and of itself. To take part in a Memorial Day celebration and remembrance feels particularly special on the 250th anniversary of our country. I'm going to be reading an excerpt from a diary from a revolutionary
with a
war
song
soldier
dedicated to all the
served under
heroes
Washington
we've
for
lost.
8 years, and I think it's the first time that a revolutionary soldier's speech has been included in this presentation. So that's really gratifying.
Do you ever feel, as an artist, do you feel a weight or a responsibility as you're telling, a true story versus something fictional?
Fortunately, my guy died a long time ago.
Right.
And while he may have some descendants, none of them know what he really sounded like.
Right.
So it's not like I've got to nail it pitch perfect like some of my fellow artists do today. But I'm making light of a serious question, which is, do you feel a responsibility when you're portraying somebody who really lived? And absolutely, you feel you want to bring as much dignity and presence to the gig as possible.
And on a different note, the Pitt is obviously amazing and all of your work. What can we expect next from you?
I'm going to stick with this one for a while. Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth. My parents always taught me, and lightning very rarely strikes in the same place twice, and here it's struck twice in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ride this one for a minute.
I love that. Thank you so much, Noah. I really
pleasure.
appreciate
Good
it.
talking to you.
You as well.
Bring you out of the rain.
Noah Wyle, such a great guy. Not only is he a great talent, but he's a great guy. Like, he is so awesome. All right, huge thanks to Capitol Concerts and the National Memorial Day concert for having me out once again, and to all of the artists and actors who took the time to speak with me during what is honestly a very busy and very emotional rehearsal day. And most importantly, thank you to all of the servicemen and women who have given their lives in service to this country, and their loved ones who continue carrying their memories forward every single day. And to the men and women all around the world that are, putting their lives on the line for our freedoms. I get to do this show because of their sacrifices. All right, that is it for this special National Memorial Day concert episode of Pop Culture Weekly. National Memorial Day Concert 2026 airs Sunday, May 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check your local schedule. It's on PBS, YouTube, PBS's website, and the Armed Forces Network. There will be a replay immediately following the concert, and it'll be available on demand for the following 2 weeks. So make sure you check it out. It is always a powerful, emotional, special concert that I'm honored to be here for. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you subscribe, leave a review, and share it with somebody who loves entertainment with a little heart mixed into all the chaos. You can follow me everywhere at Real Kyle McMahon, watch interviews, exclusive content, deep dives, and sign up for the newsletter for all the latest. Wherever you are this Memorial Day weekend, I hope you take at least a moment to remember what the day is truly, truly about. Until next time, I'm Kyle McMahon, and this has been Pop Culture Weekly, the show where we go from red carpets to the literal Capitol lawn, which honestly, it's like the most stressful crossover episode imaginable. All right, until next time, I love you. We are.
Thank you for listening to Pop Culture Weekly. Hear all the latest at popcultureweekly.com.
Oh, see. Here